Hey guys, so navigating the textbook. Once you are online, you have clicked on, you've gone to your the student textbook. There are several different things you can do here. The best way to go through is to actually click on here and find what chapter we're looking at. And you can find that out by looking at what our what the modules say. But let's say that you didn't click on the correct chapter. Let's just start at the beginning. You click on ebook. That's going to bring you to the book. And this is going to bring you to the very beginning because that's where I had it set at. And let's say, okay, well, your first unit we know is or our first unit's going to be transformations and symmetry. And I know for a fact that translation starts on page 632. You could come down here and just type in 632 and press enter, and it'll take you directly to what your textbook looks like online. And this is in print as well, but you will not be getting an in print one. Now, if we go back and we take a look at, let's see if it'll look back. The very, very beginning, the best way to navigate is know what chapter you're looking at. For instance, we're going to start with chapter 9. So over here is going to be the chapter. These are kind of like the little overviews, the sub-chapters. So here we know we're going to start with transformations and symmetry. So we can click on that, and it's going to bring me all the different sections in there. You've got little mid-chapter quizzes you could take to test yourself, different kind of components that you can work through. And if you want to read the textbook to help you out with more ideas, you can go to reflections. And then once you click on whichever one you want, it's not going to take you directly there. We need to come over here to ebook like you saw earlier. And we can go through and we can see, all right, it brought me up to reflections. And then you could click your little scroll button over here to go through, and you can look at different problems that they have. And scroll through. Now you also have standards, which a lot of students won't use, but this lets you know in case you want to know the standard, the Texas TEAC that we're using. We can scroll all the way down. This was 9.91 reflections, and it'll let you know exactly what our goal is by the end of this section. Another thing that is very, very helpful right here is going to be your glossary. Your glossary is going to include everything in the textbook, just like you normally have in a glossary. So if you want to look up what is the definition of reflection, guys, don't scroll all the way down. Look, you got your letters up here. So we can just click on R, and then it'll take us down to our R's, and then we could find reflection. And it gives us a little bit of information on it. Okay, you can also have the option to listen to it. And if you'd rather hear it in Spanish or see it in Spanish, you can also click on the Spanish. The glossary is very, very helpful when dealing with your vocabulary. Vocabulary is very, very important when dealing with any subject. Another way you can navigate through is this little section over here. It says contents. You're going to see that it brings up everything you saw at the very beginning. Where here again, we have transformations and symmetry. We could click here, and then it gives us all those pages, just what we saw at the very, very beginning. And here's your reflections, your translations. You've got a little lab on rotations. Then you can click through all here. We can look at that mid-chapter review, and it gives you your questions that you can go through. Okay, so there's several different things that you can go through on the textbook. And when you have some extra time, play around, search around, look at what you're going to be learning throughout the year if you'd like to. I hope that this helped. Any other questions, contact your teacher if you have other questions about how to navigate through.